Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NASTL. We're going to go into game number 4 of the Quantic versus Rain Clan War. Before we do that, of course, I want to mention the Star League NASL Season 3 qualifiers. That's going to happen February 9th, and it'll finish up March 3rd. Single elimination bracket, $1,000 prize pool, and 8 will qualify to NASL Season 3. A lot of changes in NASL Season 3. I'll go into it. Let's go ahead and get into the game first, though. So we have Quantic AGH in the top left-hand corner of Artifice. Top right-hand corner, we have RG and Artist. Now, I said a lot of different changes. For those of you that just tuned in, I want to mention them very quickly. What we're doing is having it so that there are money matches every single time, like a show match, basically, for every single match of the group stages. So if you win, you get money. That's awesome for the players. It makes them a lot more motivated to practice and play every single week. Also, the finals expenses will be paid for, so everything will be covered for the people that make it to the finals. Really big thing, and it'll be nice obviously for the people that actually qualify. Last but not least, we have a lot of live format changes, and that's going to enable a lot more flexibility, especially with the Koreans. It's going to give them the ability to you know, play at times where it's not going to kill them. So overall, a lot of great changes for mostly the players and the spectators. I think, you know, if you really work on the players as much as possible, it just produces better games, which are obviously better for the viewers, and all around better for esports. Yeah, I said it. I said it, Axeltoss.
Esports. You know, it's all for esports, man.
It's all for esports.
But yeah, so this game is going to be a PvT on Artifice. I think it's how you pronounce it. And initial reactions, Artist looks like he's not going for a gas early on. So as of right now, looks like a gasless fast expand from our blue Terran player. And Og is doing essentially not the opposite, but something a little bit different. Getting a gateway cybercore, a gas, you know, standard for a Protoss opening. Not going for a crazy fast expand, not going for you know, proxy 2-gate or anything like that. Yeah. But initial map reactions right now, and you can agree with me or not, Gretorp, it's a little bit interesting. I feel like the third for the Terran is dramatically different to take than the Protoss player. The Protoss player, his third is closer to his opponent, whereas for the Terran player, his third is further away. So I feel like if Og wants to take a third on this map, again, this is just initial reactions to this map, he would have to take the middle left-hand location based on these positions. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah,
or yeah.
I would. It does make it a little bit harder, but AGH, I do want to mention that the last time we saw him was in the NASL qualifiers, and what he did, as soon as he saw the fast expansion command center, he went for his own fast expansion, but then followed it up with an immortal all-in. And it was so powerful, it basically looked like his opponent couldn't do anything about it. So really important to note that, but you know, it doesn't mean that we will be seeing that. AGH just has the capacity to do that,
yes, given
the same situations, the same circumstances.
Yeah, it's definitely a good build. Immortals pretty much destroy bunkers. However, on this map, there's only one little choke leading to your natural expansion, so it's relatively, I don't want to say easy to defend. It's more manageable to defend than, you know, other maps like, say, like Metalopolis or Daybreak or Dual Sight, where you have multiple entrances into your natural expansion. This map, there's really only one entrance, but Ag looks like he's taking down those rocks, starting to peck away at that with the Stalker. And behind this, putting down 2 additional gateways. Meanwhile, Artist has 3 racks on the field, adding on a tech lab to one of those barracks, has both of his gases saturated in his main base, so it looks like he's going to try to get stim relatively soon here. Not a bad idea. And also adding on an engineering bay.
Yep, Artist playing one of the more standard TVP openings, especially you know, for this current metagame. Just getting your main upgrades, which is the +1 weapons attack and also the stim. That's exactly what you want to be getting as fast as possible, because it defends against so many different all-ins. But of course, you want stim instead of +1 weapons first, and that's a little bit interesting. Now, the stim wasn't particularly rushed. The infantry weapons is slightly faster to get, but that 10 seconds actually makes a pretty big difference. And normally we do see that +1 weapons is being researched lately over stim. Not going to be a big deal, though, hopefully. We'll see if AGH does do that all in. I'm just going back to that because obviously it looks like he's gearing up with so many sentries on the field. 5 sentries already. And look at that. 2 additional gateways going down. 3rd gateway goes down, so we're going to see at least a 6th gate, and this will be high pressure.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to defend too. Artist needs to be able to sniff it out. He needs to be able to add on bunkers and get the bunkers down in time. He needs to be able to pull his SUVs at the right time and hope Ag makes mistakes with his force fields. That being said, Artist adding on a turret outside of his natural expansion. Stim still about 70% of the way from completing +1 weapons, about 50%. If Artist can get medevacs on the field, that would be optimal. Factory is almost finished. I would expect him to add a reactor and a starport at the exact same time, and then move the starport over to the reactor to try to get the medevacs out at, as fast as possible to supplement this heavy Marine Marauder composition.
Yeah, well, it looks like right now AGH is moving out. This is going to be mainly Zealots and Sentries, it looks like. He's not putting anything else, no Stalkers at all. He has only 1 Stalker on the field, and that's already done so much damage on these Disruptor Rocks. Now, finally, Artist is moving out, and this is like the anti-timing for him to be moving out. Oh, this could be so bad. No. And we're going to see it from his point of view. Finally, he does see the sentries. There's a lot of sentries over there. But he's just going to back up to his opponent, to his bunker. A lot of SEVs will be pulled off here, but he's going to just keep going. AGH, he will not be denied. Nice force field going up. And will it be enough? There are just two SEVs that were repairing, but they were taken out very, very quickly. And look at that. Just like that, every single one of the units actually died.
Wow, Stim just finishing right when that attack came in, but it's not even gonna matter. Ag just swelling through the natural expansion of Artist. He's gonna lift off his command center and return into his main base. But you know, it feels like Ag is just so far ahead at this point. Yeah. But then again, I've seen Ag be this far ahead and lose the game. It happened against Thorzane. I think it was like last week or something, but Ag just going to press his advantage, go up the ramp. Not much here to defend from Artist. Only 2 Marauders and 4 Marines, also a medevac here as well, but that's not going to be enough.
Here we go, the SCV pull is coming out right here, but this is going to be the end of it. The Zealots are able to get in front. That spells disaster. Nice force field come up and just prevent any of the Marines and Marauders from leaving. GG comes out. So AGH pressing the aggression on and making it work. I do want to say that, yes, Stim was finished, and normally I did say that Stim is a great way to actually counteract any early all-ins. The problem with Artists in this situation is that you need bunkers for Stim to actually be successful. Because if you Stim your Marines right off the bat, you're losing 22% of all of your life. That's a big problem. When you put them in bunkers, though, you don't really have that big problem anymore because your 4 Marines are being stimmed and you have 350 hit points behind that, so you're looking really, really good. So that was a very critical move that he did not make. Not making the bunkers actually killed him that game. He would have been able to defend, in my opinion, if he had those bunkers down.
Yeah, and I feel like his game plan was, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast expand, and then I'm going to push with a lot of Marines and Marauders, maybe a medevac or 2 off of Stim and +1. And, you know, when you have that mentality going against a 6-gate all-in, you find yourself in the awkward situation where you're in the middle of the map, only 1 bunker at home, and your opponent takes you completely off guard, which is exactly what happened there, Ag taking Artist off guard. And it was pretty funny. In the early part of that game, you noted the difference in time between +1 and Stim, and that actually came into effect. Stim finished, +1 was not yet done. Now, does that necessarily mean if +1 was done, Artist would have been able to hold that attack? No, but it's something to consider. So
for sure.
Equalizing the series, and we're going to an ace match.
Yep, we are going to an ace. That means it's going to be best of 3. Both these teams will choose one of their members, and you know, we'll see how this goes down. So join us. We'll be back with the ace match between Quantic and Rain after this break.